Chicos, BLIZZCON 2023. Hoy esperemos que sea un día legendario, hijos de la grandísima perra. Oh, baby!
Please welcome
Oh!
Executive Producer, World of Warcraft, Holly
Holly
Longdale.
Longdale!
Wow.
You think you do?
What's up, BlizzCon?
But you don't.
Oh, I'm so excited to see you all here. This is fantastic. Well, can you believe we've been playing World of Warcraft for almost 20 years?
Wow, fucking huge!
You know, 2004 was a while ago, right? You know, some of us, we waited in those lines for those midnight
Yo llevo desde
releases
entonces, desde que
and
salió,
got our
y tú callarte.
discs. Yeah! And we raced home to install those WoW discs one
Los putos discos que los tengo en mi casa.
one. Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas, Arthas, and
¡Uh, mi rey!
and of course, so many others. And together, we've jumped through the portal into Outland. We sailed off into Northrend, and we watched Sargeras stab the world with that sword. During that time, gaming has changed, and you have changed.
¿A dónde me estás queriendo
And so
llevar?
have we, particularly in the past year. The entire team across both modern and classic have embraced their communities. We are truly listening to your voices and taking action.
A ver.
My friends at BlizzCon, now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones, and double down on why we all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place.
Vale. Vale. ¿Qué estás queriendo decir con esto, por favor?
With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion. And of course, most of you know that still drives us today. Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore.
¡Épico! Le hicieron caso a la comunidad y les salió
So,
bien.
in Hardcore, you only get one life. And if you die, you may laugh, you may cry, you may have to replace the keyboard, but you go again.
You go again.
We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying. And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore early next year.
Super hardcore. Van a meterle super hardcore.
And last month in Wrath Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch.
Vale, ¿qué vais a hacer? Cataclysm. No vais a hacer un...
And while there's still more to come in Wrath, earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next. We read through a lot, and I mean a lot of your feedback on social media forums, and we sent out surveys to our players. And here at BlizzCon, we're happy to announce Cataclysm.
¡Vamos! ¡Por supuesto que sí, hijos de la gran puta! ¡Claro que viene Cataclysm!
It's coming with hashtag changes based on your feedback, just like you'd expect from Classic.
Vale.
So now, let's
Con
jump
cambios.
into the Wayback Machine and get a reminder of all things Cataclysm.
¡Gof, cabrón! Obviamente tiene que salir Cataclysm, es una buena expansión. La gente la flamea mucho, cállate. Es el diseño nuevo. Lo van a hacer con los diseños nuevos, porque dijo hashtag changes. Nos destruyen Azeroth. ¿Qué hacemos? Putos goblins.
Sons and daughters of Gilneas, hold the barricade. Do not give them an inch.
Wargames. ¡Guau! El rogue en Cataclysm es la hostia, chaval.
Neltharion, it is time to end this.
Everyone succumbs in the end. Deathwing has sundered this world so that its true lords may return. You dare trespass into my domain? Die! This is my realm.
La Battleground. ¡RBGs! ¡Hostias, es cierto! Las putas RBGs salen en Cataclysm. Puto Deathwing, chaval. ¡God, hijo de la grandísima puta! ¡Qué tocho! O sea que obviamente LK evoluciona. Claro que evoluciona, cabrón. ¿Cómo no va a salir el Cataclysm? Y luego va a salir Pandaria. De puta calle. Seguro. Pandarian también es una buena expansión. ¿Cómo no la van a sacar, cabrón?
Get ready, my friends, because I love the passion, by the way.
Yo ya tengo mi personaje con
Get
5200
ready, my
GS.
friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year.
En los primeros 6
Alright.
meses del año que viene sale.
Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla
Es Classic Plus!
with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Class Altering Abilities.
Have you ever wondered
¡Me
what it might
estás
be like to be
jodiendo!
tanking Warlock?
Tanking Warlock.
Or take on the role of a mage healer?
¿Qué?
In Season of Discovery, you can.
La puta que me parió. La puta que me parió. Van a mezclar
Season is
clases.
going to launch with an initial level cap of 25. And when you hit that max level, you'll be met with the brand new level 25 endgame.
Level
You'll
25 en...
discover a brand new 10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined bosses, mechanics, and of course, rewards.
¿Qué me estás contando?
Then, after a couple of months, we'll raise the level cap a bit. You'll find even more endgame
¿Cómo?
content, and so it will go. If you're here at
Van a ir
BlizzCon, you can
sacando
play
poco a
the Black
poco.
Fathom Deeps raid in the Warcraft Hall.
¿Pero qué cojones? Estoy escuchando. Van a sacar los levels de poco a poco y... ¿Qué cojones? Estoy escuchando.
If you love Classic or
¡Ay, la madre que me parió!
about what exactly a Warlock tank can do, go check it
¡Hostia,
out.
qué puta locura!
For all of you watching online, don't worry. You won't have to wait long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing. WoW Classic Season of Discovery
¿Cuándo?
launches in a few short weeks on November 30th.
¡El 30 de noviembre! ¡La puta que me hizo! ¡No ¡No me jodas! ¡El 30 de noviembre! ¡Dios! ¡Qué tocho, cabrón! ¡Esto es
For more
tochísimo!
information on the season of Discovery and Cataclysm, don't miss the classic panel.
¡Me cago en la puta! ¡Se lo han cargado!
All right, now it's time to talk to my Dragon Riders in Modern WoW.
Y perfecto de cuando vuelva de Corea y ya viviendo en el nuevo piso. ¡Hostia, qué tocho,
Our
tío!
team remains committed to giving you meaningful game
¡Qué
updates
tocho,
about
tío!
every 8 weeks with more content sprinkled in between.
Vale, ¿os importa que veamos un segundo otra vez lo de Classic? Porque, de verdad, lo de Classic ha sido la mayor bomba que yo he visto. Es la segunda mayor bomba de la historia que he visto en mi vida. La primera es, obviamente, You Think You Do, But You Don't. Do you like vanilla? My favorite flavor is vanilla. Esa fue la mayor bomba de la historia y eso nadie lo va a superar. Esa nunca nadie jamás lo va a superar. Pero esta es la segunda mayor bomba que he visto en mi vida. Quiero ver otra vez lo de Classic Plus. Ha sido una locura
Get
esto.
ready, my friends, because I love the passion, by the way. Get ready, my friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year.
Vale, in the first half of the next year. O sea que va a ser marzo, abril, mayo. Seguramente, porque no va a ser enero ni febrero si van a sacar esto el 30 de noviembre. Porque esto es diciembre. O sea, esto lo sacan en diciembre. O sea que en Navidades de diciembre vamos a estar jugando a World of Warcraft, ¿cómo lo ha llamado? Bueno, Odyssey, o como Discovery, Discover, no sé qué. Eso va a ser diciembre, básicamente. O sea que será diciembre entero, enero entero y febrero entero. O sea que como mínimo, ellos no son tontos y nunca te van a sacar una expansión junto con otra. Es decir, si sacan esto, 3 meses mínimo. O sea que no contéis con Cataclysm hasta abril, mayo o junio. Abril, mayo, junio va a ser Cataclysm. O sea, el segundo quarter. Ha dicho que los primeros 6 meses, vale, pues va a ser el segundo cuarto. Es decir, los 3 últimos meses del de los primeros 6 meses. Bien.
All right. Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor.
Es que cuando dijo la palabra flavor, oh baby, cuando dices la palabra flavor, a mí lo único que se me viene a la cabeza son enormes palizas en la cara, dándome. O sea, es lo único en lo que pienso cuando dices la palabra flavor. Lo único en lo que pienso, en enormes vajillas golpeando contra mi cara.
With a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla WoW with a spicy twist. You're going to...
Vale, Season of Discovery no es Season of Mastery. Es un nuevo Classic. Os voy a contar un poco acerca de este tema. Como bien sabéis, soy un experimentado jugador de servidores privados. Esto no debería decirlo, pero lo digo, porque ya lo sabéis y porque no hay nada que ocultar. Pero yo ya no juego servidores privados desde hace mucho tiempo, por 2 razones. Una, por llevarme bien con Blizzard, porque me interesa a nivel... No solamente a nivel negocios o a nivel empresarial, sino a nivel moral. Porque los amo. Aunque los critique, los amo. Y ellos lo saben. Si no, no colaborarían conmigo, como lo hacen. Ellos saben que yo amo su empresa. Y saben que yo los apoyo al máximo. Y claro, obviamente promocionar servidores privados y tal no está bien. Y además no se pueden streamear. O sea que aunque quisiese, no podría hacerlo. Pero no lo haría tampoco, por cuestiones morales. Y porque además me interesa a nivel empresarial, repito, porque yo me quiero llevar bien con ellos, porque son una empresa que me ha dado el mejor juego de la historia de los videojuegos y mucho entretenimiento sin tener en cuenta mi stream. Porque yo llevo jugando al WoW toda la vida del WoW. Es decir, a mí me han dado mucho, por muy poco, por unos cuantos cientos de euros. Porque es lo que me he gastado. ¿Qué me habré gastado? 500 euros en el WoW. Es mucho más de 500 euros lo que me ha dado el WoW. O 1000. Da igual, 1000 euros por todo el entretenimiento que me dio. no les sale a cuenta. No les sale a cuenta. Es decir, por lo tanto, no debo decir esto, pero lo voy a decir. Hay servidores privados, como por ejemplo tengo entendido uno que se llama el Turtle, que es el servidor tortuga o algo así, en el que ya está implementado un sistema parecido al que yo creo que quieren hacer. Porque World of Warcraft, Blizzard, cuando sacó los servidores privados, lo hizo porque había servidores privados que la estaban reventando. Que eran Nostalius, en el que yo me subí un mago a 60 y tiré todo Molten Core en la primera fase, y Light Hope, en el que yo me subí un Hunter, y luego me subí un Rogue empezando los directos en finales de 2017. Son los dos servidores más tochos de Classic que yo he vivido, ¿vale? No sé si hubo otros más grandes, pero esos fueron los que yo viví. Y luego además yo jugué Warmane, que es el servidor por excelencia de WoTLK, ¿vale? Que es otra expansión. Es Classic, pero otro Classic, que es Classic, pues WoTLK, es Lich King, la tercera expansión, la segunda expansión. Bueno, es realmente la tercera, ¿no? Expansión si contamos como que Classic es una expansión, ¿no? Como lo queráis definir. El caso, hay servidores privados que tienen este sistema, y como ellos se fijan en los servidores privados para ver lo que funciona, y hacen bien en hacerlo, por eso los permiten. Ellos podrían cerrar la inmensa mayor parte de los servidores privados, pero en cierto modo no les interesa del todo. En cierto modo no les interesa del todo, porque es publicidad para su juego. Entonces, se habrán dado cuenta de que una muy buena forma de revivir Classic y de hacer un Classic diferente es mezclar las clases. ¿Qué es lo que hace un servidor privado? Me suena de algo, mira, me acuerdo que un día raideé en la casa de Carl. Estaba tan viciado que uno de los primeros días que me vine aquí a Madrid, que estaba pensando en hacerme aquí el máster, me vine a la casa del Carl, que es un amigo mío de Real Life, un amigo mío desde que somos chavales, y me fui a su casa y tenía tantas ganas de raidear que raideé en su puta casa. Le pedí el ordenador y me puse a raidear Molten Core con el mago. Cuando estaba empezando a raidear porque acababa de subir al 60 y tenía muchas ganas de pillar el trinket de Molten Core, el de Spell Power, que se en PvP revienta a lo loco. Y cayó y no me lo llevé, tío. Fue lamentable. Pero me acuerdo que raideé en su casa. Y estuve raideando durante un tiempo y jugando al juego en plan normal, haciendo PvP y tal, y divirtiéndome. Y claro, los de Blizzard se fijan mucho en los servidores privados y tal. Y seguramente se hayan dado cuenta de que Ascension también es un buen ejemplo. WoW Ascension es un servidor privado también que tiene modificaciones. Que simplemente es Classic pero con modificaciones. ¿Entendéis? Entonces, es una muy buena herramienta. Classic Plus tiene que ser un Classic que no sea Classic. Tiene que ser algo diferente. Porque volver otra vez a... Que está muy bien empezar en Mulgore con tu vaca, te pones a matar ¿cómo se llaman, tío? Los ogros de la quest de farmeo, te vas a la cueva a matar los glimblings o como se llamen los bichitos estos pequeños, te vas luego por las montañas a farmear todas las minas, tal, te haces las quests de los lobos, las quests de los zancudos, las quests de tal, o sea, esa experiencia es la polla, pero tiene que haber algo más, porque si no, es como Season of Mastery, y nadie quiere otro Season of Mastery. Season of Mastery es la hostia, estuvo bien, pero queremos algo más. Hay que rehacer Classic. Y aquí es la idea que ya han tenido servidores privados que funcionan muy bien. Hay varios servidores privados que funcionan muy bien, esto no debo decirlo en directo, pero es la realidad. Hay varios que funcionan bien. Y que tienen ese tipo de mecánicas bien integradas. Blizzard seguramente haya investigado y haya dicho, hostia, esto funciona bien. Vamos a hacerlo igual, pero mejor. O intentar hacerlo mejor. Con el sistema de Blizzard. Y es la idea cumbre. Es una idea magnífica. Lo que os estaba diciendo, que han visto la idea y que me parece bien. Es una buena investigación. Han hecho bien en investigarlo de esa forma. O sea, lo han hecho bien. Dejadme ver lo que ha dicho otra vez y vamos a analizarlo bien.
To discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Class-altering abilities. Van a hacer un híbrido, tío. Oh, Dios mío, qué barbaridad es esto. Qué barbaridad es esto. O sea, vas a poder tanquear con un Warlock. Vas a poder tanquear con un Rogue. Molaría tener en PvE un Rogue tanque. Molaría, ¿eh? Jugar rogue tanque en PvE. Si se puede, molaría, la verdad, ¿eh? Un rogue tanque en PvE. O un rogue con blink en Classic. Uf, sería destructivo, para PvP. Sería mazo destructivo para PvP. Wow, sería muy tocho. Que el Evasion te aplique un taunt en área, exacto. Y que tengas un Evasion como permanente. ¿Sabes? Un Evasion, pero... No permanente, pero que tengas como un Evasion de un 10%, un 20% para siempre. Y que evites muchos golpes, ¿sabes? Y que te puedas stackear armadura de alguna forma. Con una forma o con un algo así. Forma no, porque sería muy de druida, pero... Algo así, algo así. Muy sad con lo anunciado para Retail. Yo creo que volver al pasado es una buena idea. Fíjate lo que te digo. Yo no creo que tenga por qué salir mal, tío. Creo que volver otra vez al pasado y exprimir bien el pasado no es una mala idea. No lo es. En mi opinión no lo es. Pero... veremos.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock?
Un tanking warlock. Dios santo de mi vida. Vas a tener a Devil Trigger tanqueando, Hawk. Vas a llevar a Devil Trigger a tanquear. Nos vas a tanquear dungeons con el Devil Trigger. Hostias, tío, no me jodas. Wow. Va a ser muy difícil balancear eso. By the way. Yo en PvP es muy probable que juegue Rogue Mago. Es muy probable. O Rogue Warrior. Rogue Warrior, cuidado. Un rogue con charge. Imagínate. Un rogue con carga. Puf, ¿cómo te escapas de un rogue con carga? O un warrior rogue. Un warrior con sprint. Y un sprint que se quita roots y slows. Cuidado, eso es problemático, ¿eh? Los magos ya no se van a reír tanto, ¿eh? Ya no se van a reír tanto los magos. Me parece. Uf, cuidado, ¿eh? A ver, no se podrá mezclar todo, os lo digo ya, ¿eh? No se podrá mezclar todo, me imagino. No lo creo. O sea... Pero va a ser muy tocho, desde luego. O sea, va a ser absolutamente legendario. O un paladín con carga. Qué asco, chaval. Lo que le faltaba al paladín, tener movilidad. Lo que le faltaba.
Or take on the role of a mage healer?
Mage healer, qué asco.
In Season of Discovery, you can.
Vas a poder ser un mago healer. Dios mío de mi vida, las dungeons van a ser un absoluto caos, ¿eh? Las dungeons van a ser un absoluto caos. Esto van a ser unas risas. Hostia, qué putas risas, tío. Buah, si se puede jugar rogue healer, me puede gustar, jugar healer también. O sea, no creo que vaya a jugar doble DPS en PvE. Os lo digo ya. Muy probablemente voy a jugar rogue. Sí, voy a jugar rogue, porque he jugado warrior y he jugado hunter. Yo creo que ya he hecho mi cap de Classic. Creo que ya es hora de que papá vuelva a su rol principal. Yo creo. Creo que ya va siendo hora. La pregunta es, ¿qué jugar de off-spec? Uf, eso es difícil, ¿eh? Jugar rogue mage en PvE puede estar guay, tío, la verdad. Pero jugar rogue healer, si se puede, me parece muy interesante. A ver.
So today, let's talk about the classic journey so far, plus Cataclysm Classic, Hardcore, and a new season. Season of Discovery.
¡Oh! ¡Yeah!
So you know, WoW Classic was announced at BLIZZCON 6 years ago. And ever since that day, the team worked really hard to bring those precious memories of WoW to you and to me. The Classic journey officially started when you joined us in 2019 back in Azeroth creating a new character. Remembering the importance of having a good wand and being careful of how many mobs you pull at a time. We went through the journey of getting your first mount and feeling like you were riding the most powerful machine, making all those level 10s jealous of your speed. Eventually, we hit 60 levels, and we went on to face some of the most iconic challenges.
¡Ragnaros!
The Fire Lord himself, Lord Ragnaros.
La cantidad de porros que
We
se
ran the
fuma.
Gong of Anchorage and saw new
Anchorage.
Scarlords walking among us.
Sí, tío.
We completed our journey at level
sacamos
60
dos,
by
primeros de
adventuring
Europa.
into Naxxramas with 39 other of our friends. In 2021, the Dark Portal opened, and us brave heroes stepped forward into a new world to face the Born Legion. In Outland, we learned to fly and see the world from a different perspective. And after killing many Talbot, we contested Illidan, and turns out, you know, maybe we were prepared after all. Later on,
Broma
we
para
explored the
buenos,
coldest
cállate.
continent of Azeroth. We arrived to Northrend via boat of Zeppelin, and we started hearing about the presence of the Lich King. We became masters of vehicles, and if you're like me, indeed press that red button. Yeah, oops. All to prepare ourselves for the ultimate combat and defeat the Lich King on top of Icecrown Citadel. You know, as you heard earlier from our executive producer, Holly, our journey will continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you as a love letter to the WoW community. We asked what you wanted, you responded to us, and we listened. And as we move onward, we look to bring new Classic experiences to life, Cata and beyond. We're driven by smart changes as informed by you. So this is Cata for you. You know, but before we talk about all the changes that we're bringing to Cataclysm Classic,
Cambios.
let's talk about some of the features that will be returning as your journey to the new level cap to 85. So, Goblins will be joining the Horde, Worgens will be joining the Alliance.
Correcto.
Worgens, go! Cataclysm also unlocks a bigger combination of classes and races.
Correcto.
For players that like to play as a Night Elf Mage, your time is now. Transmogs are coming back into Cataclysm.
Transmogs.
Start getting those ideas ready for your next Transmog
Exacto.
contest.
Yo ya tengo.
For the Explorers, there's also where Archaeology makes its debut. And for our PvP fans, Raided Backgrounds are coming back. Yeah, love PvP.
Arqueología.
The world will be changed after Sharding of Deathwing. No giant swords just yet, but big changes to Azeroth nonetheless. Along with graphical improvements, literally thousands of new quests await you across different continents. And of course, you will also be able to unlock flying in Azeroth. As the world changes, it comes with some of the most iconic dungeons and raids that you have ever experienced. All in all, this comes with 5 new zones, 10 new dungeons, and 7 new raids. And speaking of those raids, Cataclysm had a hugely varied
Firelands,
opening tiers
primera,
of
¿no?
raiding, including Bastion of Twilight, where after defeating our 2-headed mage Cho'Gall, a surprise appearance from Sinestra awaits. Later, we will venture into Firelands, soaring through
right.
rings of fire against Alice Razor, and seeing Ragnaros take his first baby steps. They grow up so quickly. This is just some of what we know, but what are we bringing new to Classic? What's new for Cataclysm Classic?
A ver qué hay
We have
nuevos.
seen a ton of positive feedback in the community around the new Titan Rune dungeon system in Grad, or as you might know it as Heroic Plus,
Heroicas Plus.
allowing you
Bien.
new deterministic opportunities to
falta.
gear up. So we're excited to bring the spirit of those forwards into Cataclysm, for you to experience these new takes on Cataclysm dungeons.
Correcto.
We will be making updates to the guild advancement system introducing Cataclysm. We want to ensure that guilds that are on the smaller side are not left behind. In past years, we heard from you about wanting to have collections UI in Classic. So we're happy to have introduced that in our final patch of Grad. And now Transmogs will live in it too, and they're going to be account-wide. So get all those alts together and get all the gear.
Bien, account-wise, de puta
Classic
madre,
gives
porque
us the
tengo la espada de
opportunity to
Zul'Gurub
revisit the cadence
y luego no la
at
puedo
which
conseguir.
we release content and
Tengo la
patches.
puta espada de Zul'Gurub que la
I
guardé
think
para
we
las
all know when a
Transmog
patch has
hace un año.
overstayed its
Dije,
welcome.
me la voy a quedar
Which is
porque la voy a
why
poder
we're excited to
transmogear.
announce that Cata Classic will
Efectivamente,
be
lo han puesto de
experienced
puta
at a
madre.
faster
Que
rate,
la tengo guardada en el banco.
faster than the original. And with that, we're also making changes to the leveling speed for new characters to get to level 80. But these are just some of the changes that are coming to Cataclysm
Vale,
Classic.
y harán que
We also
se pueda
have
levear
other
más rápido
topics
al
of
80.
discussion in the team.
Bien.
But as we said, WoW Classic started as a love letter to the community. and we continue to look to you and you to provide great feedback. So if you're here at BLIZZCON, please swing by the Darkmoon Fair that is over there. There's a mailbox where you can submit any questions you have. And for those of you at home, talking to you, there's going to be open threads in all the WoW forums in every region. And we look forward for your thoughts about all things classic. Thank you again for taking this journey with us as we venture forth into our mysterious
Adiós, quiero Classic Discoverability.
Speaking of the amazing contributions
Me da igual
from the
Kata,
community,
para eso queda mucho tiempo.
let's talk about
Me da igual Kata.
hardcore. Yeah.
Bueno, el hardcore sí, también quiero ir. Es que van a meter un nuevo modo de hardcore. ¿Cuándo lo van a meter?
So,
demasiado
I have a
wow,
question
chicos.
for people here. Who here has made it to level 16 hardcore?
Yo, a la primera. ¿Cuántos de aquí habéis subido a la primera, al 60?
that's
Yo sí lo hice. ¿Por qué? Porque soy el mejor jugador de España.
Impressive.
Son cosas que pasan cuando eres el
That's
mejor.
really, really impressive.
Tomad esto.
But, okay, who here has died before level 16 hardcore?
Yo no. La primera vez no.
Yeah.
Luego no cuenta.
Me too. You and I, my friends, that has happened. But in fact, you're not alone.
Mira cuántas
Because
muertes
you're
de
the
Hunter.
player alongside
Pero el
all
Hunter
these
es el más
characters,
fácil,
including
una
those
polla.
unfortunate hunters.
Es el fácil si eres
So,
un puto pro.
here are updated stats from
jode.
end of last month.
600.000 muertes de Hunter.
Farnet's information of data
Venga ya,
here.
putos malos.
I do not have a data table for this, but let's take a look at some reenactments of the 3 most common environmental deaths in hardcore. So,
Callaos, malos.
who else was looting that final mob and forgot to take a look at their breath meter?
Oh.
Or maybe you were too busy typing in the chat in
Ay.
Ironforge and became one with the Great Forge.
Anachu se llama.
Or you misjudged the distance and gravity gave you a moral
Al
reminder.
60. Hostias, con la anatema. ¿Esa no es la anatema?
Yeah, I mean,
Hostias.
these are some dumb ways to die, you know, but on the opposite side, there are so much more heroic ways to die. And we have been super excited to see how players have engaged with our new feature, Duel to the Dead, Mokora. Yeah,
¡Es el Shariu!
we're very impressed by
Qué
the community
grande
events
este tío, ¿no?
and all the players that have been brave enough to participate in them. It takes a lot. But you know, as Holly mentioned earlier today, we have a new optional rule set coming to hardcore. So we are excited to officially announce that Self-Found will be coming to hardcore in early 2024. Yeah.
Self-Found.
Players
SF.
that opt into this mode won't be
Es
able
un
to
super
trade,
hardcore mode.
use the
Sin
mail,
Auction
or
House.
use the Action House
No puedes.
until you reach max level.
Claro.
We hope that you join us to take on this new challenge. So yeah, on behalf of the Classic team, thank you so much for joining us on the
Vale, ahora
Classic
ya lo puedo
journey so
explicar.
far. And we can't
Self-Found
wait to see you
significa
back in
es un
Azeroth.
hardcore pero mucho más
So
hardcore. Es
now,
decir,
I
no
know
puedes usar el
everybody
correo,
wants
no
to
te
hear
pueden
more
tradear
about the Season
cosas,
of
no puedes
Discovery, so I'm gonna bring
comprar
in,
objetos
yeah,
que sean
my
fuertes,
senior
no puedes hacer
producer,
nada, solo puedes
Josh
levear
Mayfield.
y solo te puedes equipar cosas que te
you.
caigan. Nadie te puede dar un objeto que caiga por ahí o tal, nadie. Tienes que ir con lo que llevas. Es básicamente eso, un hardcore más hardcore, pero da igual, porque el hardcore no va a jugar nadie si esto es bueno. Si el Season of Discovery es bueno, nadie va a jugar hardcore, todo el mundo va a jugar.
My name's Josh Greenfield.
Vamos.
I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic.
Vamos,
I'm here to
vamos, te
talk to you
quiero.
today about our new season for a Classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery.
Vale, cuéntanos.
Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level,
Vale.
as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So let's go ahead and jump in. So it seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name, after all, so it seems pretty important to the season. When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when
Vale,
starting fresh in World of
el
Warcraft.
comienzo es normal.
When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone, your class trainer will offer you a new quest. And this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute, but after that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more. And that's kind of where discoveries come in. Discoveries are essentially secrets hidden throughout the game world. They usually aren't quests in the traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a cobalt mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves, oftentimes requiring more than one player, a little bit of creativity, or some keen observation skills to obtain. One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it inspires. It's a massive world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures. Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find to evoke that sense of adventure and exploration we first felt when we stepped foot in Azeroth. Beyond the next hill, deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about Discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden things. We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found with each other in real time. We think that social and info sharing aspect is super exciting, and we can't wait to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found.
Wow.
In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for Season of Discovery.
No hay PTR ni hostias.
Thank you. Yeah.
Eso es muy tocho, por parte de
We
Blizzard.
want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of surprises as we can.
Wow, qué
So we're
guapo,
taking a
tío.
chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible.
No hay PTR, así
The
que no va a
last
haber
thing we'll say
guías.
about
Nos
Discovery
vamos a ir encontrando
now
las
is that
cosas
we wanted to
como
craft
nos las
them in a way
encontremos.
that really felt at home in original WoW. Many times when playtesting amongst ourselves, we'd find a new NPC or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new? And we're like, yeah, it's new. That's new to the season. And to us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth as it was at this point in WoW's history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means. In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25.
Level 25
After
de
a
nivel
number of
máximo.
weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level for the next phase. So,
Va por
why a
fases.
level cap of 25 to start with? Well, our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW Classic Beta in 2019. We saw how much fun the game was when the level was capped at a lower level, and how players would find new and exciting talent and item combinations to optimize around. And this is something we've always looked back fondly on, and it's something we've wanted to sort of explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time. There's a major goal of this level-banded approach to really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is it too late to start? And oftentimes we'll hear this literally within a day or two of a new release. And obviously, it's never too late to start playing Classic WoW. But as we've all, grown into additional responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games than we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out, or FOMO, when we log in after a long week and see our friends 10 or 20 levels ahead of us. And for that, this level-banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey, from the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all know and love, to finding all the brand new things to discover across Azeroth. And then later on, leveling new alts to find all of their hidden discoveries as well. There's lots to do, but we're hoping that you won't ever feel that sense of being behind just because you couldn't play on a given day. We also plan to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic, if you're familiar with that.
Van a hacer que
So even
subas
if
más
you miss
rápido
a
las
phase,
anteriores
but
fases
once the
cuando
level
se
in
sube
all,
de fase.
you'll be able
Muy
to
bien.
catch up to your friends in no time.
Está bien, está bien. Vale, pero ¿cuánto tiempo de cada fase, tío?
So the next thing we want to
Porque
talk
como
about
metan
is
un mes
in-game
a
at
nivel
level
25.
cap. So when we kind of decided on this level-banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25? And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance.
Muy guapo, mola.
Thank you.
De 10 man. Además es perfecta porque es a nivel 25.
Next, one of our main goals is to ensure that these are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid encounters. And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot.
Y muy buen loot, por lo que he visto.
In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase. Thank you. Lastly, one of the things we're most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels. We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content.
Van a IJAL. Van a utilizar IJAL. Lo van a hacer. Lo van a hacer. Lo van a hacer. Van a abrir IJAL.
We think that level 25 is going to be full of great, memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original WoW. But this is just the first step, and we think the best is yet to come.
¿Pero cuánto tiempo? No un mes y
next,
medio, por
let's kind
favor.
of change gears and talk about rune engraving a little bit. So this is one of the most exciting new things about Season of Discovery. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback we've gotten from previous iterations of original WoW, such as our Season of Mastery, is that many players would like to try some adjustments to their favorite class or spec. We really wanted to take a chance with Season of Discovery and go kind of wild here, and we did. That's where rune engraving comes in. Rune engraving is a new skill that all Season of Discovery characters know automatically on character creation. Rune engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants. In the initial 1 through 25 experience, you'll be able to discover runes in your chest, legs, and glove slots, and as the level cap increases, additional runes for other item slots will be discoverable over time. Once learned, runes are permanent and can be applied and reapplied to your gear at will, just out of combat. One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, damage abilities with a healing talent spec, so you could solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You may also encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique flavor. In order to also streamline the talent system to go along with runes, we do plan to adjust the respec cost to be much more nominal in Season of Discovery, particularly at low levels.
Bien. Han cambiado, han hecho que cueste menos cambiar los talentos.
Who knows,
Bien,
maybe, just maybe, someday, you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery.
¡Y bien!
Who knows?
Bien!
So,
bien!
Overall, we've been playing it a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything we love about Classic.
Al principio no lo habrá,
so much more.
Al principio no lo habrá, pero puede que en un futuro sí.
I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta, to talk about some specific abilities you may encounter on the different classes, as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
PvP plans. Me están jodiendo estos hijos de la grandísima. Es la mejor BLIZZCON de la historia. No me lo puedo creer.
Thanks,
este momento ha llegado.
Hey, BlizzCon.
El momento que
My name's Nora Valletta, and along with Anna, I'm a lead software engineer on WoW Classic.
Hola, encantado. Te amo. Me casaría contigo.
Thanks. There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own. However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a classic experience close to the original, but with seasons, we have the freedom to experiment with what-if scenarios, such as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a taunt?
Ya. Es que
On
el
that
paladín
point,
sin tanto.
we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember.
Claro.
Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion. For these,
Bien,
we
cosas
were
completamente
careful to
nuevas.
make sure they were an appropriate fit for class fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense. Anyways, enough of that. Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities. Druids. In Season of Discovery, you have an interrupt called Skull Bash, which can be used in cat or bear form.
¡Wow! ¡Qué tocho eso para PvP!
Fury of Storm Rage removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing touch instant. Wild
Wow.
Growth applies a heal over time effect to your target and up to 5 nearby party members. Hello, Hunters. Beast
Hunter.
Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen. Growl is now a
Wow.
proper taunt. Explosive Shot is a ranged damage over time ability.
¡Explosive Shot!
And Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet. This is
¡Hostias!
dual wielding,
¡Cazador
so you get yourself
solitario!
a mean
¡Qué
melee
guapo!
hunter.
¡Qué guapo!
Mages.
Cazador solitario.
Ice
La
Lance
Islands.
is an instant
¡Qué puto
frost
asco!
spell that deals triple damage to
¡Qué
frozen
puto
targets.
asco! Le meten la Islands al
Living
Frostmage.
Flame causes flames to erupt and chase a nearby enemy, leaving a burning trail in its wake.
¡Hostia, qué guapo!
And Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon. Another rune ability called Rewind Time will heal the damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other people with this, by the way, not just yourself, so I hope you've made room on your roster for mage healers.
Nah, increíble, Mage Healer.
Paladins.
Lo de los Mage Healers no tiene sentido. Es
In
un
WoW
desfase.
Classic, they don't have a taunt, but here it is in Season of Discovery.
Qué tocho que le metan el taunt al pala,
And the Reckoning
Me alegro
is your
por ellos.
taunt. Knowing
palas
this
de mierda.
ability will also increase the threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to gain mana when healed by other players. Crusader Strike
Te da
is
maná
a
cuando te
weapon
cura.
attack.
Hostia, qué tocho. Esto es tochísimo. Es tochísimo.
It's a weapon attack which
Tochísimo.
costs no additional mana and
Y te
instead
genera un
regenerates your
2% de
mana
maná.
slightly with each
Hostia, qué
hit.
tocho, tío.
And
Es
Seal of
tochísimo.
Martyrdom can be activated to cause melee attacks to strike other nearby targets. You'll lose
Wow.
health when inflicting damage with this.
Es muy
However,
tocho eso también
nearby
para pegar
party
a alguien.
members will gain mana based on the damage you take.
Es tochísimo eso también para el
Priests.
pala. Es un cambio brutal. Al
You can
Priest,
channel Penance to heal nearby friendly targets or deal damage to enemy targets.
el
Prayer of
penance.
Mending heals your
Mending
target the
es
next time they take
increíble,
damage or
loco.
receive healing.
Que le metan el
Afterwards,
mending
it'll
y el
bounce to another
penance.
friendly player
Hostias.
nearby.
El puto Priest va a dar un asco terrible.
Homunculi animates 3 miniature copies of your character,
Mira las
which will
copias.
attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively.
Wow.
Rogues.
A ver el rogue.
From stealth, Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike
Buah.
for a nice big chunk of damage.
Eso es una locura para PvP.
Envenom is a finishing move. It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target,
Y le va a poner la
and
de
also
tanque.
increases the frequency of
a
applying
poner la de
instant
tanque.
poison for some time afterwards. Just a
Ahí
Flesh
está.
Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate way more threat, you take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks, and your Feint ability turns into a taunt called
Te
Tease.
convierte en un taunt. Qué locura esto. Wow.
Shamans.
A ver el chamán.
Lava
El
Lash
chamán. Lava
deals
Lash.
offhand weapon damage. Offhand. In Season of Discovery, enhancement shamans can dual wield with the help of another rune not pictured here.
Puede jugar dos armas de una mano, ¿no?
Healing Rain is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the ceiling. Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role of Shaman Tank.
¡Wow! El Chami Tanque es una locura, ¿eh? Chami Tanque, tío. ¡Guau! ¡Qué guapo, la verdad! Van a sobrar tanques por fin. Van a sobrar tanques. El Chami puede tanquear de verdad, el Pala puede tanquear de verdad. Tanquean Rogues, tanquean Warlocks, tanquean Warriors. Hostia, tío. Es importantísimo eso. Para no tener que estar esperando por chamanes, por Warriors todo el rato, tío. Que vaya puta rayada en el clásico. El Haunt es buenísimo para la Chaos Bolt para Destrolok.
And it causes all of your fire spells to pierce through absorption effects.
Oh.
And Metamorphosis.
Hostia, metamorfosis para tanques, tío. Qué guapo. Os lo tapo, pero bueno, ya.
This is your shapeshift, allowing you to transform into a demon, similar to a druid's bear form, increasing your armor and reducing your chance to be critically hit. Searing Pain becomes instant, Shadow Bolt becomes a melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt.
Qué tocho, tío.
Warriors.
El Warrior, a ver. Que no se pase mucho con el Warrior.
Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after killing an enemy. It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health.
Bis, talento bis.
Devastate will cause your Sunder armor to deal main hand weapon damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor already on the target. And Raging Blow is a vicious strike that deals heavy damage, but can only be used while enraged. Now this is just a taste of all the abilities coming to classes in Season of Discovery. And really, bottom line, we want everyone to feel okay.
Bravo, 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 bravo,
Anyways,
bravo, bravo, bravo. Solo puedo aplaudir.
Runes. Let's instead turn our attention to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor.
¿Qué pasa?
Ashenvale is known for its beauty, its rich natural resources, and its role as a hotly contested territory between the Horde and the Alliance.
Correcto.
In Season of Discovery, earning kills while in Ashenvale will trigger a zone-wide PvP event. During this event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction, a Farseer for the Horde, and a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance. Your objective is simple. It's to defeat the enemy leader. Now this is easier said than done. These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together to take them out. In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders reside, various other camps will spawn across the zone for each faction. The Priestess of the Moon and the Farseer are each buffed by respective leaders in those smaller camps. The more of those small camps you can take out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become.
Como Alterac Valley.
It's much like Alterac Valley. This event is an awesome way to earn honor, as well as reputation with Warsong Gulch factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25 gear in the game.
¡Qué tocho!
You'll also be able to earn a mount, which
Hostia,
you can actually use at level 25, but only in Ashenvale. It will increase your speed by 50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy. So, come kick some ash in Ashenvale. I'll see you there.
¡Qué guapo, tío! Wow.
Anyways, I've done enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to Tim, who's going to talk to you about raids and the PvE endgame. Take it away, Tim.
¡Guau, qué tocho, tío! ¡Dios! ¡Increíble! Guau, me da pena que se lo esté perdiendo el
Thank you, Nora. Hey, BLIZZCON! My name is Tim Jones, and I'm the assistant lead designer on World of Warcraft Classic. Woo! Multiplayer content is the heart of World of Warcraft. Whether we're questing together, running a dungeon, crafting an item for a friend, or chatting in Guild about where to find that new Metamorphosis rune for Warlock, WoW offers one of the richest multiplayer experiences across all of games. And Season of Discovery aims to deliver on providing new group content that's both challenging and rewarding. Now first, I want everyone to take a moment with me and imagine, alongside the Zorm Strand on Ashenvale's north coast lies the ruins of an ancient elven temple to the goddess Elune. Evil stirs within, drawing the likes of the Naga and the Twilight's hammer in search of power and anything that could hasten the coming of the old gods. Maybe you've been here before, maybe not. No matter your familiarity with this place, it's hard not to be drawn in by the mystique, the rich art, the level design, as well as the robust creature and spell ecology of Black Fathom Deeps. On the Classic team, we couldn't help but ask ourselves, could this amazing location be more than just a 5-player dungeon? So we're excited. Get your level 25 pre-biz, equip your runes, find 9 of your best friends, and get ready. The Classic team is proud to announce level up raids. New instance challenges for raid groups to experience the max level for each of Season of Discovery's content bands.
Buah, espero que no metan muchísimo tiempo. Por favor, dime que cada band va a durar 15 días.
At level 25, Black Fathom Deeps is the first level up raid that you'll experience in Season of Discovery. Groups should be easy to form. Grab a couple tanks and healers, make a party of 10, you're good to go. God knows, everyone and their mom can tank and heal in Season of Discovery now, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Exacto, esa es la clave. Ahora todo el mundo puede curar y todo el mundo puede tanquear.
Content phases in Season of Discovery won't be as long as traditional Classic expansion patches either. And we want you to have as many opportunities to explore and plunder the riches within. And as such, Black Fathom will offer a 3-day lockout, much like the raid Zul'Gurub.
3-day lockout. Tiene un lockout de 3 días. Es decir, no se puede hacer todos los días.
The story is the same. The location and creatures may be familiar to some, but the challenges and rewards are brand new. 7 new bosses are here to both entertain and test your skills. And how could we not make raid content without new loot? Existing quests and rewards have also been updated for the raid as well.
Wow.
And you'll even be able to find secrets within the raid. Can you solve the mystery of the Twilight Artisan? Can you find the recipes for the Black Fathom sharpening stones and wizard oil? And will you be the first group to access the New World buff, Boon of Black Fathom?
New World buff! Me cago en la puta!
Okay.
Va a haber World buff.
I love your guys' enthusiasm. This is amazing.
Hostia puta.
Let's peek behind the curtain at what challenges await players in Black Fathom. Or as we affectionately call it, BFD, not to be confused with BRD or BFA or BWL or BWD. You guys get the idea. Baron Aquinas, he guards the entrance. No longer a simple quest NPC. You must challenge his elemental lieutenants that inhabit the Fathom Stones and defeat him. And in doing so, you may face off against Aquinas himself atop the infamous jumping puzzle. And jump you must to get in range of the Baron, but beware both the boss and your teammates, because there are many a peril that may knock you off. In all honesty, this boss is lightly tuned, and there are some hidden power-ups below the water to help you return to the platform.
Vale. Gamora, qué gorda está.
Next off, you must face against Gamora, the fearsome turtle that's been swimming in the enchanted waters of the deeps for a long, long time. Exposure to these energies has granted her both power and size, but most importantly, she's now protected by a magical barrier that protects her against almost any attack. Break through this barrier and start blasting for massive damage. Get your orange parse. All this commotion will bring you to the attention of Lady Saraves, a powerful and reckless Naga sea witch who commands a legion of Black Fathom elite in Myrmidons. She is a formidable foe that will overwhelm you unless you find a way to turn her own spells against her and her minions. These 3 bosses round out the prologue of Black Fathom Deeps, and in all 3 are available to fight in our demo in Hall D. Check it out.
Vale. En la demo de ahí, que la pueden probar. Solo esos 3 bosses.
And that's not it. Witness the corruption of Gelihast and take on the march of the Void Murlocs. Break past Lorgus Jet's magical barriers and corrupted totems. Conquer your dreams as you challenge Twilight Lord Kelris.
Y al final la Hydra.
And good luck against the giant Void Hydra. Seriously, you're going to need it.
Buah, tiene que ser durísima la raid, La raid va a ser durísima,
there will be glittering prizes awaiting you, including some of these fancy items. Now, telling you all this is great, but I think we'd
Un
rather
trinket
just
de
show
10
you.
de Attack Power.
So it is
Hostia,
my
esto está de
pleasure to
puta
provide
madre.
a quick sneak peek
Trinket de
video
8 de
of the
Spell
raid,
Power.
edited by the team itself, as though it was pulled straight from a community website in 2005. Please
Poca
take a
Attack
look.
Power si el otro da tanto spell, ¿no? ¡Qué gorda! Buah, el Murloc tiene una pinta devastadora. Este es el Rare, que lo habrán convertido en un boss. Y la puta Hidra. Literalmente lo he grabado yo. Y el druida se cayó. Ese era Bakis. Qué guapo, tío. La puta polla. Todo el mundo va con el Warlock en plan así, tío. ¡J-Man de grande! Espero que todo muy bien, tío. Luego me voy a mirar lo de Ibai, que me enteré de un poco de lo que pasó, pero tengo que mirarlo luego. Pasa que estamos con la BLIZZCON. Espero que todo muy bien, tío. Un abrazo. No sé si le pegas algo. ¿Tú le pegas algo, J-Man? Qué guapo, tío. A ver.
Well, that's it for today, guys. We're looking forward to... Oh, okay. That shouldn't be here. Okay. That should definitely... Okay, sorry, we should have... okay.
¿Qué es eso? ¡Leak! ¡Cuidado! ¡Hostia, esa es la zona de los muertos colgando! Ese era Karazhan. Era Karazhan. Esa era la zona de los muertos colgando de Karazhan. La cripta de Karazhan era eso. Hostia, qué tocho, tío. Van a hacer Karazhan Classic.
All of your support.
Buah, es tochísimo.
Es
demasiado.
Thank you so much for making the dream of WoW Classic.
Pero no sabemos
all
cuánto
the
va a durar cada
experiences
fase.
we're
Por
working
favor,
on
que
a
no sean
reality.
2 meses o 3. Por favor. Por favor, que no sean 2 meses o 3. Es la mejor BlizzCon de la historia. Después de la del anuncio de Classic. La del anuncio de Classic
We can't
va a ser
wait
la
to
mejor
see
para
what
siempre.
else
Pero esta
we
es la
have in
segunda
store
mejor.
for the future. We
Yo he
can't wait
visto
for
unas
you to
cuantas,
see.
¿eh?
So please stay tuned for Hearthstone, what's next coming up right after this. And we hope you have enjoyed this look ahead at what's next for WoW Classic. I want to reiterate, this is just a taste of all that you're going to uncover in Season of Discovery. And for those of you here at BlizzCon, we hope you get to take on the first 3 bosses of our Black Fathom Deeps raid on the show floor. And for everyone else, we're so excited for you to experience it when Season of Discovery launches worldwide in just a few short weeks on November 30th. Thank you, everyone.
Yo la tengo de sonido, mira. Voy a pasar mucha vergüenza, muchísima puta vergüenza ajena, tío. Ah, no tengo esa, la verdad. Ah, no tengo esta, es verdad. Tengo esta. Pensé que tenía la de Gloria, pero no tenía la de Gloria, tengo esta. Chicos. Qué burrada, ¿eh? Wow, tío. Qué tocho, Dios. Otra vez jugar al WoW todo el día como un enfermo. Lo podré hacer en la casa nueva. Lo podré hacer en la casa nueva. Es una buena pregunta eso. Es una muy buena pregunta. Espero poder gestionarlo todo la última semana. Lo voy a intentar por todos los medios. Gestionarlo todo para moverlo para la última semana. Pero va a ser justito, ¿eh? Al final de lo del Game Pass, nada, no. No hubo nada. Vamos, invítanos a comer a todos los del chat fit en casa de Xokas. Espero que sí, tío. Espero poder hacer eso, tío. Espero poderlo tener todo gestionado. Buah, va a ser complicado. Son demasiadas movidas. Qué burrada lo que me acabamos de vivir, chicos. Es una puta burrada lo que acabamos de ver. Es lo más tocho que he visto jamás. Yo nunca he visto nada igual, aparte del launch de Classic. No me esperaba esto, No me esperaba en absoluto esto. Me ha pillado con la guardia baja. Voy a tener que reorganizar absolutamente mi vida. Solamente para jugar al WoW todo el día. Otra vez. Pero estoy preocupado con los timings. Estoy bastante preocupado con que nos vayan a meter rollo 1 mes y medio o 2 meses de level 25. Porque con la excusa de la raid... No, raid cada 3 días, tal... Hostias. Es liada eso.